Have you ever wondered what happens in those crucial moments after we take our last breath? This question has puzzled humanity for centuries, and today we're going to explore the profound insights of Padre Pio on this mysterious journey. Padre Pio, a revered saint known for his wisdom and spiritual gifts, shared remarkable revelations about the transition from this life to the next. His teachings offer us a glimpse into a reality that's often shrouded in fear and uncertainty. Death is a subject that many of us avoid, yet it's the one certainty we all face. Understanding what happens in that first hour after death can bring us peace, prepare us for our own journey, and even transform how we live our lives today. Padre Pio tells us that death is not the end, but a new beginning. It's a threshold we cross from the physical world into the spiritual realm. This transition, he says, is as natural as a butterfly emerging from its cocoon. But what exactly happens in those first 60 minutes? How does our soul separate from our body? Who greets us on the other side? And what determines our eternal destination? These are the questions we'll explore today, guided by the profound wisdom of Padre Pio. His insights offer us not just knowledge, but a roadmap for living a life that prepares us for this ultimate journey. So if you're ready to uncover these spiritual mysteries, to find comfort in understanding, and to discover how this knowledge can transform your life today, stay with us. We're about to embark on an extraordinary exploration of what awaits us all in the first hour after death. Remember, if these revelations touch your heart, take a moment to write, "I believe," in the comments. Your faith and engagement help spread these important messages to others who may need them. Now, let's begin our journey into the unknown, guided by the light of Padre Pio's wisdom. In the first moments after death, Padre Pio teaches us that a profound process begins, the separation of the soul from the body. This separation, he explains, is not a violent tearing, but a gentle release, like a ripe fruit falling from a tree. As the last breath leaves the body, the soul begins to disengage from its physical vessel. Padre Pio describes this as a moment of clarity and awakening. The soul, no longer bound by physical limitations, experiences a newfound lightness and freedom. But this journey is not taken alone. Padre Pio reveals that angels are present in this crucial moment. These celestial beings, he says, act as guides and protectors for the newly freed soul. They provide comfort and direction, helping the soul navigate this new spiritual reality. The presence of these angels, according to Padre Pio, serves another vital purpose. They stand guard against any negative forces that might try to interfere with the soul's journey. This spiritual protection ensures that the soul can safely begin its transition to the afterlife. Padre Pio often compared this process to the metamorphosis of a butterfly. Just as a caterpillar must shed its cocoon to emerge in its true, beautiful form, our souls must leave behind the physical body to reveal our spiritual essence. This transformation, while natural, can be disorienting for the soul. The state of the soul at this moment, Padre Pio teaches, greatly depends on the life it has led. For those who have lived a life of prayer, mercy, and sincere repentance, this separation is often peaceful and filled with anticipation. These souls, having nurtured their spiritual selves during life, find the transition easier and are more prepared for what lies ahead. However, for those who have lived far from God, this moment can be more challenging. The sudden realization of spiritual realities can be overwhelming for souls unprepared for this journey. Yet even in this, Padre Pio emphasizes God's boundless mercy. He teaches that in these final moments, God grants every soul a last opportunity to turn towards Him. This initial separation, Padre Pio explains, is just the beginning of the soul's journey. As the soul becomes fully detached from the physical world, it begins to perceive spiritual realities with unprecedented clarity. The true nature of existence, obscured during earthly life, starts to reveal itself. In this state, the soul begins to understand the temporary nature of earthly concerns and the eternal significance of spiritual matters. Worldly achievements and material possessions lose their importance, while acts of love, kindness, and faith take on new meaning. Padre Pio teaches that this moment of separation is crucial for understanding the true purpose of our earthly lives. It's a time when the soul recognizes that every action, every choice made during life has prepared it for this very moment. As the soul completes its separation from the body, it prepares for the next phase of its journey, an encounter with divine light that will illuminate every aspect of its earthly existence. This approaching light, Padre Pio reveals, is both inviting and revealing, setting the stage for a profound spiritual experience. The teachings of Padre Pio on this initial phase after death offer us valuable insights. They remind us of the importance of living each day with awareness of our spiritual nature. By understanding this process, we can approach our own mortality not with fear, but with hope and preparedness. As we consider these revelations, let's reflect on how this knowledge might change the way we live. How might we nurture our spiritual selves today, knowing the journey that awaits us? Padre Pio's wisdom invites us to live each day as a preparation for this ultimate transition. After the soul separates from the body, Padre Pio reveals that it experiences an extraordinary encounter, a meeting with divine light. This light, he explains, is not just a visual phenomenon, but a profound spiritual experience that envelops the soul in love and compassion. As the soul approaches this light, it experiences a sense of warmth and welcome unlike anything known in earthly life. Padre Pio describes this light as the very essence of God's presence, radiating pure love and understanding. For souls that have lived in communion with God, this moment is one of joyful reunion. They recognize the light as the source of the love they've sought throughout their lives. However, for those who have distanced themselves from God, this encounter can be a moment of deep reflection and even discomfort. The light, in its perfect purity, reveals every aspect of the soul's journey. In its presence, all pretenses fall away, and the truth of one's life is laid bare. Padre Pio teaches that in this moment, God does not judge, but allows the soul to see itself clearly, perhaps for the first time. The light illuminates every choice, every action, every thought with perfect clarity. This self-realization can be a moment of profound joy for some and a moment of regret for others. In this divine light, the soul begins to understand the true impact of its earthly life. Acts of kindness, love, and faith shine brightly, while moments of selfishness or harm to others become painfully evident. Yet Padre Pio emphasizes that even in this revelation, God's mercy is ever present. The encounter with the divine light serves multiple purposes. First, it provides the soul with a clear understanding of its spiritual state. This clarity is essential for the next stages of the soul's journey. Second, it offers a glimpse of the ultimate goal, eternal union with God. This vision can inspire hope and longing in the soul. Padre Pio explains that the intensity of this light can be overwhelming for souls unprepared for its brilliance. He likens it to stepping into bright sunlight after being in a dark room. The soul may need time to adjust, to comprehend the vastness of the love and truth it's experiencing. During this encounter, the soul also becomes aware of a profound sense of peace and timelessness. Earthly concerns and worries fade away in the presence of this all-encompassing light. The soul begins to understand the eternal nature of its existence and the temporary nature of earthly trials. For some souls, this encounter with the divine light may be brief, while for others, it may seem to last an eternity. Padre Pio teaches that the duration and intensity of this experience can vary based on the soul's readiness and spiritual state. In this light, the soul may also become aware of the presence of loved ones who have passed before. These spirits, Padre Pio says, can offer comfort and guidance, helping the soul understand its new reality. The encounter with divine light is not just a passive experience. Padre Pio reveals that it's a moment of choice. Even at this stage, the soul has the freedom to embrace or turn away from this love. This choice, made in the clarity of divine presence, can influence the soul's ultimate destination. As the soul basks in this light, it begins to prepare for the next phase of its journey, a comprehensive review of its earthly life. This review, illuminated by the divine light, will provide the soul with a complete understanding of its journey and prepare it for what lies ahead. Padre Pio's teachings about this encounter with divine light offer us profound insights into the nature of God's love and the importance of our spiritual preparation. They remind us that every act of love, every moment of faith, prepares us for this ultimate encounter. As we reflect on these revelations, we might ask ourselves, how can we live today in a way that prepares us for this divine encounter? How can we cultivate a relationship with God that will make this moment one of joy rather than regret? Padre Pio's wisdom challenges us to live each day with awareness of this coming light, to make choices that align our souls with divine love, and to cultivate a spirit that will recognize and rejoice in God's presence when that momentous encounter comes. As the soul basks in the divine light, Padre Pio teaches that it enters a profound state of reflection, the life review. This process, he explains, is like watching a vivid, all-encompassing movie of one's entire existence, from birth to the final moments of life. During this review, the soul doesn't just passively observe its past. Instead, it re-experiences every moment with a new, heightened awareness. Every action, thought, and decision becomes clear, along with their far-reaching consequences. The soul sees not only what it did, but also how its actions affected others, rippling out through time in ways that were invisible during earthly life. Padre Pio reveals that in this state, the soul gains a profound understanding of the interconnectedness of all beings. It sees how a single act of kindness could brighten not just one life, but many. Conversely, it also witnesses how moments of selfishness or cruelty cast long shadows, affecting more people than one might have realized. This review isn't about judgment, Padre Pio emphasizes. Rather, it's a moment of truth and self-realization. The soul sees itself as it truly is, stripped of all illusions and self-deceptions. This can be a moment of great joy for those who lived lives of love and service, as they witness the full extent of the good they've done. For others, it may be a humbling experience, as they confront the reality of opportunities missed and love withheld. In this review, Padre Pio says, even the smallest acts of love shine like brilliant stars. A kind word spoken to a stranger, a moment of patience with a child, a silent prayer for an enemy, all these are revealed in their true, eternal significance. Similarly, every instance where one chose fear over love, selfishness over generosity, or indifference over compassion is seen with painful clarity. The life review also reveals the hidden graces and divine interventions that shaped one's journey. Moments that seemed insignificant at the time are now seen as pivotal, guided by a loving hand. The soul recognizes the countless times it was protected, guided, and blessed, often without realizing it. Padre Pio teaches that this review serves multiple purposes. It allows the soul to understand the true nature of its earthly journey and its spiritual growth. It provides a clear picture of where the soul stands in relation to God's love and truth. And it prepares the soul for the next phase of its journey, whether that be immediate union with God, a period of purification, or in some cases, a state of separation from divine love. During this review, the soul also sees missed opportunities, times when it could have grown in love or faith but chose not to. Yet, Padre Pio emphasizes that even in these moments, God's mercy is evident. The soul understands that every challenge, every hardship, was an opportunity for growth and closeness to God. The life review isn't limited to one's actions. Padre Pio reveals that it also encompasses one's beliefs, attitudes, and the state of one's heart. The soul sees how its faith, or lack thereof, shaped its journey, how its trust in God, or its doubts, influenced its path. This comprehensive review can feel like an eternity, though Padre Pio suggests it happens in an instant outside of earthly time. In this timeless moment, the soul gains a complete understanding of its life's purpose, its successes and failures in fulfilling that purpose, and the boundless love of God that surrounded it at every moment. As the life review concludes, the soul stands in complete self-knowledge. It understands its strengths and weaknesses, its triumphs and failures. This self-knowledge, Padre Pio teaches, is crucial for the next stage of the soul's journey, the spiritual judgment. Padre Pio's revelations about the life review offer us profound insights into the importance of every moment of our lives. They challenge us to live with greater awareness, to recognize the eternal significance of our choices, and to cultivate a life of love and service. As we reflect on these teachings, we might ask ourselves, how would our lives change if we lived each day as if it would be part of this review? How can we cultivate greater awareness of the impact of our actions, not just on ourselves, but on all those around us? Padre Pio's wisdom invites us to see our lives through the lens of eternity, to recognize the profound importance of every choice we make, and to live in a way that will fill our life review with moments of love, faith, and service to others. Following the life review, Padre Pio reveals that the soul faces a crucial moment, the spiritual judgment. This isn't a courtroom scenario with a stern judge, but rather a profound encounter with divine justice and mercy. In this judgment, the soul stands before God in complete transparency. There are no secrets, no hidden thoughts or motivations. Everything is laid bare in the light of divine truth. Padre Pio teaches that this judgment isn't about punishment, but about aligning the soul with its true spiritual state. The criteria for this judgment, according to Padre Pio, are love and faith. How much did the soul love God and others? How did it respond to God's love? How did it live out its faith? These questions form the basis of the spiritual assessment. Padre Pio emphasizes that God's mercy plays a crucial role in this judgment. Even at this stage, Christ intercedes for souls who sought faith and redemption during their earthly lives. The smallest acts of love and faith carry great weight in this divine balance. However, Padre Pio also speaks of divine justice. Souls that consistently rejected love and faith, harmed others, or turned away from God face the consequences of their choices. Yet, even here, God's love remains present, respecting the soul's free will. During this judgment, Padre Pio says, angels and saints may act as witnesses, testifying to the good deeds done in secret, the prayers offered, the sacrifices made. These testimonies highlight God's grace working in the soul's life. The soul also participates actively in this judgment. With the clarity gained from the life review, it can now see its true spiritual state. Many souls, Padre Pio teaches, judge themselves, recognizing where they stand in relation to God's love. This judgment isn't just about past actions. It also considers the soul's current state, its desire for God, its openness to love, its willingness to grow and be purified. Padre Pio reveals that some souls, upon seeing God's love, experience instant conversion and purification. The outcome of this judgment, according to Padre Pio, determines the soul's immediate destiny, whether it's ready for the fullness of God's presence, heaven, needs further purification, purgatory, or has chosen permanent separation from God, hell. Padre Pio stresses that this judgment, while definitive, is also an expression of God's love. It respects the soul's free will and its fundamental orientation toward or away from love. It's not about punishment, but about the soul finding its rightful place in the spiritual realm. This teaching on spiritual judgment offers both comfort and challenge. It reminds us of God's endless mercy, but also of our responsibility to live lives of love and faith. It encourages us to trust in God's love, but also to actively participate in our spiritual growth. Padre Pio's insights invite us to live each day with awareness of this future judgment. How can we cultivate a life that aligns with God's love? How can we prepare our souls for this ultimate encounter with divine truth? As we reflect on these revelations, we're called to examine our lives, to seek reconciliation where needed, and to grow in love and faith. Padre Pio's teachings remind us that every day is an opportunity to prepare for this momentous spiritual assessment. After the spiritual judgment, Padre Pio teaches that the soul moves to its destination, heaven, purgatory, or hell. Each destination reflects the soul's relationship with God and its spiritual state. Heaven, according to Padre Pio, is a state of complete union with God. It's not just a place, but a condition of perfect love, joy, and peace. Souls in heaven experience the fullness of God's presence, free from all suffering and limitations. They participate in divine life, continuing to grow in love and knowledge of God. Purgatory, Padre Pio explains, is a state of purification. Souls who love God but still carry the effects of sin undergo a cleansing process. This purification, while sometimes painful, is ultimately a journey of hope. Souls in purgatory are assured of eventually reaching heaven. Padre Pio emphasizes the importance of praying for these souls, as our prayers can aid their purification. Hell, Padre Pio teaches, is the state of those who definitively reject God's love. It's not a punishment imposed by God, but the consequence of a soul's free choice to permanently separate itself from the source of all love and goodness. Padre Pio describes this state as one of profound loneliness and regret. Padre Pio stresses that God desires all souls to be saved. Even until the last moment, God offers the grace of conversion. However, He respects our free will, allowing us to choose our eternal destiny. These teachings on the soul's destinations underscore the importance of our earthly choices. They remind us that our actions have eternal consequences, shaping our relationship with God and determining our ultimate destiny. Padre Pio's revelations invite us to live with eternity in mind. How can we orient our lives towards heaven? How can we cultivate a deeper relationship with God that prepares us for eternal union with Him? As we contemplate these truths, we're called to a life of greater love, faith, and service. Padre Pio's wisdom challenges us to view our daily choices through the lens of eternity, recognizing their profound impact on our soul's journey. Padre Pio's revelations about the first hour after death offer profound insights into our spiritual journey. They remind us that death is not the end, but a transition to eternal life. The separation of soul and body, the encounter with divine light, the life review, the spiritual judgment, and the soul's final destination. Each stage emphasizes the importance of how we live our earthly lives. Padre Pio's teachings call us to live with greater awareness, love, and faith. They invite us to prepare for our eternal destiny through prayer, acts of kindness, and a deepening relationship with God. Let these revelations inspire you to live each day with purpose and love. Embrace the opportunities for spiritual growth that life presents. Remember, every act of love, every prayer, every moment of faith prepares us for that crucial first hour after death. If these teachings have touched your heart, please leave a thank you in the comments. Your engagement helps spread these valuable messages to others who may need them. Consider becoming a member of this channel to support our mission of sharing spiritual wisdom. Together, we can create a community where peace and harmony become a reality in every home. May Padre Pio's insights guide us on our journey towards eternal life.